All right, so here we want to find the sum of this series, right? It's the sum as I equals 4 to 10 of 5 times 3 over 2 to the I power. All right, now one thing we should notice here is that this is a geometric series, right? And we know it's geometric because the I is in the power here, right? And there's no pluses or minuses inside the series anywhere. So really, we can tell then that R is going to equal 3 over 2, okay? So essentially, every time I increases by 1, we're multiplying by an extra 3 over 2. Okay? So there is a formula to find the sum, right, the first n terms of a geometric series, right? This formula is given by a1 times 1 minus r to the n power all over 1 minus r. Okay? So what do we need to know in this formula? We need to know the first term. We need to know r. We also need to know how many terms there are in this sequence. Now you notice the index does not start at 1, right? It starts at 4. Okay? So how many terms are there in this sequence, right? Here there's going to be 7 terms. Okay? And to find the first term, right, we just need to plug in the 4 in this case, right? So 5 times 3 over 2 to the 4th power. Okay? 3 to the 4th power is 81 times 5. 81 times 5, which is 405, and then 2 to the 4th power, that's going to be 16 here, right? So this is going to be the first term of the sequence. And you notice, right, this is very important, what is A2 going to be? Right? A2 is sort of going to be the same thing, right? But it's 3 over 2 to the 5th power, which, if you think about it, is just this number times another 3 halves, right? Okay, so we can certainly do that. Okay, so R is 3 halves, N is 7, and we figured out A1. So then the sum of the first 7 terms here is going to be 405 over 16 times 1 minus 3 halves to the 7th power all over 1 minus 3 halves. Okay, now when you do this in your calculators, of course, you want to be very careful with this. Okay, you should get the final answer here, though, of 814, okay, 0.35 if you round that to 2 decimal places. Okay, so when you add all the 7 terms of this geometric series together, right, the sum is approximately 814.35.